Hello and welcome back to another exciting edition of Sports Talk Live. A reminder to visit our website, sportstalklive.net. From there, you can access all of our videos, take a look at our blog, even answer the poll question. Our first topic today is women's lacrosse. On Monday, the 9th-ranked Lady Rams knocked off number 1 LeMoyne 15-12. The win was head coach Ginny Martino's 218th career victory, breaking the NCAA Division II record. So, what do you guys think about this game?
Well, this was a great win for the Lady Rams. LeMoyne was undefeated. They were number 1 ranked. It's a huge confidence builder for us to get that win at home.
Right, and I saw in this game the resilience played by West Chester. In both the first half and the second half, they were down by more than 1. And in the second half, at the very end, they scored 7 of the last 9 goals, which really put them over the top.
Yeah, I really liked in the first half we were just getting some dumb penalties called on us, and we just really buckled down towards the end of the game, and we just stopped that. And I think that's one of the things that really pushed us, and that's why we won the game.
Yeah, that and the clutch shooting. Well, the clutch play at both ends, really. I mean, our goalie was struggling a little bit in the first half, but in the second half at the end, she really clamped down, made a couple key saves, which gave us the momentum. And then on the offensive end, we really came through when it counted, and that's why we won.
Even though this was a great win for us, it's just the beginning of their really tough stretch in which they face 3 more ranked teams. Coming up this weekend, the Lady Rams face number 11 Lock Haven Friday and number 14 IUP on Saturday.
Now let's move over to the baseball diamond. The baseball team has fallen into a little bit of a slump. This past week, they dropped 3 out of 4 to Millersville and 5 out of their last 6 overall. Now, even though the Rams still remain at top of the PSAC standings, do you guys think there should be reason to worry, or do you think they're going to be fine?
Well, for me, I think it was just the pitching. I mean, they aren't as dominant as they were during our 20-game win streak, so we're in a lot closer games, and we're dropping a few of those.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit on this one. I think, yeah, we are giving a lot more runs, but it doesn't really have to do with our pitching. It's our defensive errors. We're making a lot more errors than we were before. We actually made 9 errors, I think it was, in 2 of our losses.
Right.
And that's way too many errors to be giving up, which are just costing us a lot of runs, making our pitchers have to pitch more than they have to. If we just clean it up a little bit, I think everything else is going to come around and we'll be fine.
Right, adding on to that, Brian, I mean, their offense has been putting a lot of pressure on themselves because of all these errors. You know, when you give up 5, 6, 7 runs, your offense feels like they have to, make up for that. So we get the errors under control. I think the offense will be fine, and we'll do all right.
And when it comes down to it, these are the kind of errors we can fix. I mean, you practice them, you just got to work on it. You eliminate those, and some of those losses turn to victories.
Right.
So would you consider that, we should be worrying, or do you think that we're going to be fine?
I don't think so. I don't think we have to worry.
No.
I think we're all right. We're still in first place.
Right. I mean, what's there to worry about? We won so many games in a row to start the season. We have that.
You're going to lose some.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the baseball team did just have a very big win over Wilmington. That was at Citizens Bank Park, which was pretty cool. And that was their 5th straight Bill Giles title. So hopefully they can take that win and, get right back on the horse. Now let's move over to the other diamond, as the softball team is currently struggling. They went 3-3 last week, being swept by first place Kutztown and then sweeping the University of Sciences in a non-conference matchup.
Well, right now, West Chester sits in 4th place, 2 back of ESU and Shippensburg, who are tied for 2nd. And with 2 games left, that still means we have a chance, but we do need some help.
Yeah, and with what you just said, I think we put ourselves in too much of a hole. We lost some games that we really needed to win, and in the end, we just need a little bit too much, and I don't think that we're going to be able to make the playoffs.
Right. A lot of it has to do with our inconsistency. You saw games where we won by a lot, and then other games where we just didn't show up to play. So the inconsistency was really a factor for us this year.
Yeah, but I mean, I looked at ESU and Shippensburg's schedule. They both have to play first place Kutztown. So assuming Kutztown, who's been really good this year, takes care of business, that does help us a little bit, make it a little easier. But I agree with you guys. I think too much needs to happen for us to make the playoffs.
Well, guys, it's about that time again. It's time to rate those plays. In last week's poll, Pula and Wendell's crazy base running won, receiving 43% of the votes. Let's start off this week with our first play. Our first play comes on the baseball field. Justin Lambourne leaps and makes an amazing catch, and he's able to get up and throw it to first base.
This is absolutely amazing grab. He full extension, grabbed and snagged it, and then got up and made a strong throw at first to make the out.
One more look at it. He's fully laid out as he's able to get up and make the throw to first.
All right, in my opinion, I thought this was a great play. You see these in the major leagues sometimes, and this looked just like one of them for me. He lays out, he makes that great throw. So, and being a former third baseman, I thought it was a great play.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There's not one thing wrong with this play. He did a great job getting down, getting the ball, getting up quickly enough to get the ball over to first.
Right.
I love this play.
Yeah, and I would say you usually expect that coming from like a shortstop who's usually the most athletic player. But a third baseman to make that play and hop right up and be able to make the throw, I really love that one. And the other thing was, that whole entire game, I think we had 5 errors in that game. So to see a really nice defensive play was really great. I'm going to give this play, I think I'm going to give it an 8.
I agree with you. I'm giving it an 8, maybe even a 9, but
No,
just
I mean,
an 8.
yeah, and for me, I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to give it a 10. I mean, the throw is just really tough. So for me, and being a former third baseman, I'll give that a 10. That's a tough play.
Our second play comes with a softball diamond as Charlotte Conway takes one and drives it to deep left center. That ball's out of here for a home run.
Yeah, taking another look, she really got a hold of this one, and it was really great timing because it brought them within 1. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as they weren't able to pull this one out.
Well, this was a really nice hit. She really got a hold of it, sending it to left center. And on a day where our offense really struggled, it was nice to see us finally get a run across.
Right.
But, I mean, it was just a home run, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We were really struggling the entire game. That was one of the only hits I remember when watching the entire game. And what I really liked about this was it was a close game at this point. I believe this was in the 6th inning that this happened, and it brought it back. You know, everyone thought we had a chance after that. Unfortunately, they really broke open the game, so we weren't able to win it. But I really like this play.
Yeah, I mean, again, just like you said, it gave us a chance. And that's all you can really ask for towards the end of the game, especially with how we were playing and how we've been playing the last couple games. So for me, it's a shot of inspiration, so I'm going to give it a 5.
I'm kind of in the same boat as him. As from a momentum standpoint, it was huge, but it was just a regular home run. I'm going to give it a 6.
I'm going to agree with you there. I think it was a good hit. It's a home run, so you can't give it too low of a score, but you can't bump it up too high because we did lose the game. I'm going to give it a 6 too.
We got a little trickery here in our third play. Take a look as Tori Dugan throws it behind her back and scores a really clutch goal for West Chester.
This was huge as it stretched the West Chester lead to 3 with just about a minute left in the game.
Taking another look at this one, it was a remarkable goal as she fooled everyone out there, and it was a really nice goal because this really put it away and sealed the deal for West Chester defeating number 1 LeMoyne.
Well, I completely love this play. It was right towards the end of the game. We were playing number 1 LeMoyne, and I was not expecting this whatsoever. She starts off the play coming from around the net, and I'm like waiting for her, to shoot the ball, and all of a sudden, the next thing I know, it's behind her back, it's in the goal. I love this play.
Yeah, this play was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I could never have done this play, and to see her do that at the end of the game, it really took the wind completely out of their sails, and it just put the nail in the coffin, and after that was over.
Right. I mean, at the end of the game, that's what I think did it for me is that, towards the end, like big-time players make big-time plays. And I know that sounds cliche, but for me, that was a big thing, so I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah, and going off of what you said, it was a big-time player making the big-time shot, and I'm pretty sure if I was shooting that, I'd never be able to make it without a goalie, whatever it was. So the skill was there, and the timing was there. I'm giving it a 10.
Well, I'm giving it a 12. I don't think a 1 to 10 really applies to this. I'm giving it a 12 because that's how great I think it was.
Now remember, that's just our ratings, but be sure to go onto our website, sportstalklive.net, and vote for which play was your favorite. Now let's finish up here with a playoff segment of Outside the Horns. Let's get started with the Flyers.
Well, I think we should talk to the guy who picked the Penguins to see how his feelings are about the series so
Guys,
far.
don't get on me. I mean, I tried to be different and I tried to, be objective about it. I am a Flyers fan, but my pick's not looking too good, but I am happy. I mean, the Flyers have played with a lot of heart. Brian, what do you think? How do you think they've been playing so far?
Oh, I noticed a little bit that you're rocking the Flyers colors all of a sudden, the black and, hopping on the bandwagon, but this whole entire series was really exciting. I just love the fact, with Crosby just being the little baby that he is and is really showing now, and we're just, staying with it the whole entire series, foot on the gas the whole entire time. I don't think we're going to give up, and I think, we're pulling it out tonight.
Yeah, I think we got to close out tonight. We can't give them any chance because, if there's one team in this playoffs I do see coming back from a 3-0, it's Pittsburgh. They got the skill to do it. If they get momentum in any sort of way, it could kind of go 6 and 7, and that's when I get nervous.
Right, and just like you said with the skill, their talent and their best player, Malkin, hasn't got going at all. He doesn't have any goals yet. So, I credit the Flyers defense, but if you give them a chance and you give them a chance to score a couple, we could be in trouble. So I think we should finish it tonight.
And I mean, especially because tonight they have Neal who's out. They have, 3 players
Three
suspended.
guys suspended.
So that's huge for us. We really just, want to take that and use it to our advantage because if we don't, they're going to come back and then they're going to have the momentum and it's going to be coming home. So I really hope that they finish them off tonight.
I think they will.
Yeah.
So do I.
So those are our thoughts on the Flyers. Now let's talk about the other team who plays in the Wells Fargo Center.
All right, well, the Sixers have to get back on their horse now. They lost their last 3 games, and in their last 2, it's been really bad. They lost by 13 to the Magic the other night, and just losing last night to the Indiana Pacers at home, I just feel like they've been playing really bad, and they really need to step their game up if they even want to have a shot at winning a game in the first round.
Yeah, I agree with you. What really hurts them, I think, is we had that 4th place spot, and we were looking really good. And now with this skid that we've been on, we dropping all the way. I mean, hopefully we're going to make the 8th spot. But the problem with the Sixers, in my opinion, is that we always have our back up against the wall in the first round of the playoffs. We're going to play like we played the Heat last year, and you know what? We really need kind of like an easier win, you know what I mean? Get past the first round and take that confidence to be able then play a better team. And the fact that now that we're in the 8th spot and we don't have that advantage, I think it's going to be the same old thing. And I see us getting knocked out in the first round.
Well, I mean, you guys are talking about the playoffs here. We still got 5 games left, and we're less than 2 games ahead of the Bucks. And the way we've been playing, it's not for sure at all that we're even going to make the playoffs. I mean, I think if we can win our last couple games, get some momentum, that'd be nice. But we really need to get some victories here just to,
And I know it sounds bad, but you almost kind of wish that they wouldn't make the playoffs because you get a chance at the lottery pick. And I know that sounds bad being a fan.
He's one of those.
Hold on. But we're not going to win. You guys have said it, and I just feel like it's going to be a tough road no matter who we play in the playoffs. So I think a shot at having a better pick might help us in the long road.
I disagree with that.
I disagree too.
I mean, I did say that I don't think that we're going to win, but I'm always, for trying to win. I think that there's always a chance. If you look at many teams who've won championships before, what about the Cardinals in the MLB last year? I mean, no one expects that stuff. So, I mean, we still have a chance, but it's just really hurting us with the way that we're playing right now.
Yeah, but more importantly we have so many young guys. We got to get them experience. Even if we can get in, play the Bulls, the Heat, take them to 6 or 7, 6, 7 games even, that's huge for their confidence going into next year, even if we do lose a series. So
I just think I remember that all these young guys are now in their 3rd, 4th, 5th year, so they're not that young anymore. It's getting to the point where it's time to play or time to start over.
Yeah, but if we get that superstar, someone who can finish games, a closer, which really we've lacked all year, to complement with these young guys who are getting playoff experience, it'll really help them down the road, I think.
Yeah, and maybe, we get hot in these last few games and take that into the playoffs, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you never know what happens.
Well, that's all the time we have today for Sports Talk Live. Remember to visit our new website, sportstalklive.net, and vote for this week's poll, or even ask us a question on our blog. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. Take it easy, West Chester.